What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. So, as a lot of y'all know, anybody that follows the NBA playoffs, the Minnesota Timberwolves are currently down 3-0 against the Dallas Mavericks in their Western Conference Finals matchup. And it's causing a lot of people to say, aha, look what happened to y'all next Michael Jordan, talking about Anthony Edwards, right? Ant-Man has not played that well this series. Last game was much better than the first two, but he hasn't played outstanding. He hasn't been extremely phenomenal as he's been through certain moments in this playoff run, right? But anyway, during this playoff run, people have compared him to Michael Jeffrey Jordan, right? The great Michael Jordan. And a lot of people got offended by that. Like, oh, hold on. Y'all saying he Michael Jordan? Okay, let's watch. Let's see what he does. And hasn't played that well. And a lot of people looking at it like, aha, y'all next Michael Jordan, next Jordan has fallen on his face. Because y'all tried to compare him to the great or to the GOAT, right? And a lot of people are like making fun of him for being compared to Michael Jordan in the first place. Now, I want to tell y'all how we arrived to this point. Why was Ant-Man compared to Michael Jordan in the first place, right? I don't agree with these comparisons on young players because all it does is sets them up for failure in the public's eyes and for them to be heavily ridiculed and scrutinized to a way different degree, right? When you compare somebody to Michael Jordan, people are going to watch every single play they make and say, listen, he didn't make that shot, he ain't Michael Jordan. He didn't make that late game shot. He ain't Michael Jordan. He passed the ball at the end of the game. He ain't Michael Jordan. Even though the player was open, Michael Jordan would have taken that shot. He lost in the finals. He ain't Michael Jordan. He didn't win Defensive Player of the Year. He ain't Michael Jordan. A la one LeBron James, right? But see, they're calling Ant-Man Michael Jordan because they're comparing him to Michael Jordan because the NBA needs another polarizing American star. Whether people like it or not, I know we got all these international players in the game and they killing it. Luka Doncic is balling. He going crazy in the Western Conference Finals in the playoffs period, right? We see Giannis Antetokounmpo. We see the emergence of Victor Wembanyama. We see a lot of different international stars out here in the league, doing their thing. But I always say this, the NBA will only go as far as the American superstar who's holding the flag for them. While international players are fun to watch and they're dope players, like American talent, I'm being for real, y'all. A lot of NBA is American. This is an American market. The NBA is America's playground is where NBA is in America, basically. All the teams outside of the Raptors are in America, right? And so young Americans need somebody they can look at and say, damn, this dude got the same je ne sais quoi as the dude at the park up the street. That American bravado, something that they can relate to. And when you have that, the game, I feel like, it carries on well. It's kind of like in boxing, right? The heavyweight division will only go as far as the American star in the division. Usyk and Tyson Fury just fought, and while the boxing fans were raving about it, casuals did not run to that fight. They didn't. But crazily enough, I feel like it was a lot more interest. I saw a lot more casual people talking about the fight when it was Deontay Wilder against Tyson Fury, right? The heavyweight championship, American fighters, whoever the great American was, that's how far the division went. Mike Tyson era, phenomenal. Muhammad Ali. Now people will say, what's my man name? Eastern Assassin. God damn. What's my man name? Larry Holmes. Some people say Larry Holmes was boring because he used a jab or whatever. But you still had when Evander Holyfield was in the mix. It was exciting, man. It was exciting. When the Klitschko brothers got to the helm, nobody cared about it. So the American public needs another the American public needs another American star to kind of hold the flag for them. And in order to make this star really talked about even more, you make him polarizing. That's why you compare him to Michael Jordan. You know, it's the quickest way to divide fans' opinion about a player. Just compare it to Michael Jordan. And then you're going to see people hating on him, people loving him, and that's the recipe. This banter creates headlines. It creates topics for debate shows that are extremely popular today. It moves the needle. This banter of, is he Michael Jordan? Is he not Michael Jordan? How long have we been seeing this discussion regarding LeBron James? We've seen it forever. This conversation it's been ongoing since his arrival in the NBA. And it's helped to drive ratings for these shows. So broadcast media know what they're doing when they say somebody is Michael Jordan. They know it's going to get people upset. It's going to get people excited. It's going to make some people feel like, I want to tune in. I want to see what this person has to say. I want to hear the arguments this person has to say for him being compared to Michael Jordan. I want to hear the arguments people have to say against him being compared to Michael Jordan. It helps to drive ratings. So they're going to compare him to him in order to make people either hate him or love him. Because hate and love, it just creates controversy that sells on television. So that's why they were comparing him to Michael Jordan in the first place, right? And then the comparison for them, it wasn't hard for them to make, because any dude that talks mean, that talks shit, that make angry faces after big shots, it's easy for them to say he the next Michael Jordan, right? Mike was a shit talking motherfucker. He was. And he didn't do it in the media per se, but on the court, he was talking crazy to people. He was ultra competitive, and it's easy for them. Okay, see, and it's competitive. He talks shit. He make angry faces after shots. He hollers and yells. He let the opponents know he killing them when he doing it. A couple old heads that stuck on nostalgia. They saw him hit a couple of post fades. They saw him hit a couple of post fades and look aggressive while he was doing it. And they say, aha, we found our next Michael Jordan. He got the same ilk. He got the bravado that we looking for, because LeBron, for what you can say about LeBron never really, he didn't talk shit he don't carry it the same way Ant does. Ant a little ignorant with his shit. He is. Ant be saying the N-word on the court and shit, saying the N-word in front of white folks, which I think he got to clean it up if he's going to be the face of the league. You can't be saying the N-word all willy-nilly around white folks and shit. You can't be doing that. You can't be out here doing that to be the face of the league, which I think he's going to correct, right? But, Ant carry it aggressively, which a lot of the Kobe Bryant fanatics and Michael Jordan fanatics, they like a person who carry it aggressively. LeBron, his demeanor is a little different, So they looking at this dude that look mean while he doing shots, and it's like, oh, we can compare it to Michael Jordan. And then the comparisons came, so the media saw people saying it and said, okay, let's take this and run with it. The broadcast media specifically, I want to be specific. Broadcast media saw that and said, let's run with that. Okay, let's call him Michael Jordan. So the moment he does not succeed, people can clown him. The moment he does succeed, we can compare him to Michael Jordan. We can say, hey, let's just say Ant-Man was to win a championship this year. People would say, well, Ant-Man got a chip at 22. Jordan didn't have that. Now, Jordan came into the league, I think, at like 21, 22 years old, right? But people can make an argument. People can make us what? Jordan won a chip when? His 7th year in the league? What year Mike won his first chip? Like his 7th year, right? 7th year. So some people can say, well, shit, Ant is in his 4th year and he won. It can create some type of conversations. And they know it's controversial. You're going to have people, I'm in Chicago, Illinois. You're going to have people losing their shit if you compare him to Michael Jordan, right? You're going to have some people excited to compare him to Michael Jordan just so they can trash LeBron James and say, ha, this young boy Michael Jordan, and you ain't even it, right? It's a lot of people that was waiting on that too. For LeBron James to not be compared to they're waiting for a moment for LeBron not to be compared to Michael Jordan, so we can say, Ant is Michael Jordan. There's a lot of people ready to thrust Michael Jordan on Ant so it can get away from LeBron James. And I know some of y'all gonna be, oh, you always talking about LeBron. I don't give a fuck. I know what I'm talking about. A lot of folks that hate LeBron were willing to crown Ant-Man the next Jordan because they seen him being mean and all of that and see him hitting shots just to take that away from LeBron James and say, you ain't nowhere near Mike. Ant is. When Ant ain't won yet. You know what I mean? Ant ain't even been a league MVP. You know, he's a great player, and I believe he will be even better. I believe he will win a championship or multiple in this league. I believe he's that talented. But he has a long way to go. He got to learn some things. Conditioning-wise, he looks a little exhausted out there on the court in the B-22. You know, it is like, damn, you're very young to be looking exhausted like that. And he's not used to these deep playoff runs. You know what I mean? But, yeah, man, the media knew what they was doing, man. The moment they saw a chance, opportunity for a young, especially a young American player to be polarizing, oh my God, they like, oh, let's do this. Let's do this, man. You see Skip Bayless already trashing Anthony Edwards already. He already trashing Anthony Edwards. I hope I didn't say Anthony Davis in this video. And Anthony Edwards. He already trashing Ant. He already on Twitter going crazy, going in on him, talking about how he'll never be Michael Jordan. Skip already found his next target to talk about to help drive ratings. You know, LeBron is in the twilight of his career. So they have to find the next polarizing American star because LeBron is almost out the door. So, you know, they have to move forward and see who else they can make a polarizing figure to be talked about and trashed and raked through the coals or celebrated. You know what I mean? So the quickest way to divide the fans on a player is to compare him to Michael Jeffrey Jordan. The quickest way to do that. And now you got talking heads clowning them out, all of that, man. So, yeah, man, that is why Ant-Man was compared to Michael Jordan in the first place, because they knew it was going to be the talk of the town. It's going to drive ratings for these shows and these podcasts. And, you know, it makes great conversation that drives ratings because TV is all about ratings. How much ratings you can generate. And if you can, you know, generate a lot of ratings, if a topic generates a lot of ratings, they're going to keep talking about it. They're going to keep watching the player closely for his big moments, certain moments in the regular season, certain moments in the playoffs, and they're going to scrutinize it very closely. So Ant is going to get looked at a lot closer now. People are going to start criticizing him a lot closer now, probably than they would have before. You know, so that's what's really going on, y'all. Machiavelli Mills TV. Y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm out. Peace.